A top story on Newsday, Kevin Rudd has wrapped up his whirlwind visit to Papua New Guinea, announcing 50 Australian police officers will be sent to our nearest neighbour by the end of the year. Mr Rudd and Prime Minister Peter O'Neill also discussed the issue of asylum seekers, but no further cooperation was announced. Let's go to Canberra. Sky News political reporter Laura J is following developments for us. Laura, take us through what Kevin Rudd has had to say.
Well, Selena, this was a lightning visit to PNG and Kevin Rudd's second overseas trip since becoming Prime Minister. Now, he did go to PNG with the Immigration Minister and the new Trade Minister as well. Now, this announcement, 50 more Australian police officers to be stationed in PNG from next year. And Kevin Rudd says this is because law and order is central to Papua New Guinea's economic development. This is what he had to say a short time ago.
Recognising the importance of law and order to PNG's economic prosperity, we've also agreed importantly that by year's end, Australia will deploy 50 Australian police in visible policing roles in Port Moresby and Lae. Our law and order cooperation will not stop there. This, however, is a good start.
50 more police officers stationed in Port Moresby by year's end. Now, the issue of asylum seekers is, of course, the big focus back home, but this wasn't the only thing on the agenda, evidently, when he spoke to his PNG counterpart. Now, asylum seekers, well, they will work together in this pursuit in years to come, but there was no solid further agreement to come out of this, although Peter O'Neill did acknowledge the economic migration and people coming by boat seeking asylum in economic circumstances, and the two did vow to work together into the future. Take a look.
PNG is an important part of an effective regional response. This is a challenge that, as Prime Minister of Australia, I will not shy away from. As I've said before, where the circumstances change, Australia will adjust, continue to adjust, and where necessary, change our policy.
So that was Kevin Rudd, but this morning we did speak to the CEO of Customs and Border Protection, Michael Pizzullo. Now, this, of course, is front and centre, this policy area. There's been more tragedy at sea with the sinking of a vessel off Christmas Island over the weekend. A young boy died and many more were rescued. Many more couldn't be rescued and were never recovered. But Michael Pizzullo did make some admissions this morning that his staff and his personnel aren't overwhelmed, but he said they're certainly stretched.
It's a challenging environment. It's a high-tempo environment, but the professionalism of our people, supported by AMSA, supported by other assets such as the RAF P3s, means that we're not overwhelmed. We're certainly we're stretched, that's true.
Michael Pizzullo speaking to Kieran Gilbert this morning. Now, when we're looking towards, of course, this is all coming in the context of an election coming in the next few months, and we know the government has made some key policy area decisions, such as an earlier move to the emissions trading scheme. There hasn't been any major announcements in the border protection front, but you'd think before there is an election campaign proper, we might see some more developments from Kevin Rudd when it comes to those areas. Selena.
Indeed. Laura J is in Canberra. Thank you.